Hi, I'm Dominica Lumazar.
And I'm Rory Carruthers.
We help entrepreneurs develop their big picture business strategy in order to break through growth plateaus.
We built several marketing agencies from the ground up and have helped our clients earn over $1 billion in revenue.
Now we want to share everything we've learned along the way.
This is the Big Picture Business Podcast.
Too complex. Does it make sense to all you out there? I hope you're all taking notes, by the way, because we might just send out a quiz at some point. No. I think it's one of the biggest points that a lot of business owners struggle with is not necessarily where to start their pricing, because I think what a lot of people will do is they will start at one price point that they feel comfortable asking people for. And that's okay to start there. I mean, I remember when I first started designing websites, I was like, I don't know, $500. And to me at the time, that was the skill set that I had. I could put together like a 5-page quick WordPress site. And at the time, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago, that was like really good money for me, right? I'm like, yes, another $500 website, score. And now, I mean, obviously I know a lot more. There's a lot more creative aspect that goes into building sites, a lot of hand coding. We're building out e-commerce. So I can charge way more than that. And sometimes for a lot of people, they're not comfortable making that jump. Like, when do I make that jump? When do you feel qualified enough to be able to turn around to even someone who's been in business for you and has been supporting you for a while? Maybe they're a client, maybe a customer. And then you turn around and say, hey, listen, like, I've got to raise my rate here because this is my value. This is what I'm worth, or my product has, this much value, and this is what we have to charge for it now. So it's a unique transition, I feel like, for a lot of business owners to make, but also you got to think big picture. If you're charging $10,000 for a website, well, that means you only have to go after one client to make some decent money maybe for the month, right? Or maybe you get 2 and now you're doing really well versus, however many I've got to get there. So let's say if I'm charging $500 a website, that means I've got to go out and get a crazy amount of clients and my workload is insane. So it makes sense to be very clear with one site, X amount of dollars, be focused, deliver a quality product rather than spreading yourself super thin.
And if your skills aren't where you think they should be, then work on that constantly.
Definitely.
Like every free minute should be learning to be better.
Absolutely. So that you can charge more, so that you can focus
exactly. So that you can provide a better product at the end of the day.
Exactly. That is really what it comes down to. My business is 100% results based. If I do not deliver the result my client is looking for, if I cannot help them earn a higher income, if I can't help them, redesign their website or redesign their brand, whatever that looks like, I'm totally screwed. I'm out of luck, right? So you have to consistently under promise, over deliver, surprise the hell out of your customers or clients, even if it's a restaurant, whatever. The wow factor in your business is everything. For every, I think it was, I forget who told me this. It was one of my mentors a while ago, but he told me that for every one negative situation, like if something goes really wrong where you're a restaurant owner and you come out and you serve raw chicken on a plate, okay, for every one negative interaction that you have with a customer, they're going to go out and tell 100 people. And for every positive interaction, maybe they'll tell 5 or 10. And you get on big platforms like Yelp or Google Reviews or whatever. And we have these platforms now to either make or break a lot of businesses. So it's important to always deliver, under promise, over deliver, and continue to strive to be the best for your clients and gain them the results that they deserve, because we're all working our asses off to make cash, right? So if someone's going to spend their hard-earned money on you and your business, better be damn good. Yeah, you gotta keep striving on, keep bettering yourself and your craft.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean you have to be the best in the world. It just means you have to provide a good result that the client is happy with at the end of the day. If they're happy, then they share that with other people. I mean, that's how both of our businesses have been able to grow, from just word of mouth.
Mhm.
significant word of mouth has
Yeah.
been because of just delivering on our promises and delivering the high quality product and service at the end of the day.
Exactly. So
N-
to answer that big question of how to not sell yourself short, it comes from being very confident and standing within your own center and being very clear with, this is my value. I know I'm worth this. Not worthless. I said worth this. I know I'm worth this amount of money in what I'm going to do for someone else and in your time and your effort. And it's okay to ask for what you need in order to feel that you can do your job effectively. Um, don't be afraid of that. And yeah, I encourage so many consultants all the time to really take a look at what their peers are charging. Um, because it's usually grossly under, like way lower than the average.
Almost always lower,
Always.
right? But then, okay, the other thing I want to look at is someone who drastically overcharges.
Oh yeah. So we're going to talk about how to not price yourself out of a market.
Yeah, and then how you approach that with a client who is
Mm-hmm.
pricing themselves out of the market.
Yeah.
Like, because some people, like, their egos are so big, they're like, I'm worth $1 billion. Like, if you don't pay my consulting rate, like, you're just stupid, and it's like, you gotta like live somewhat in the real world with that too.
I mean, there's a lot of people that are willing to spend like $125,000 a month on expert coaching, right? Like I have some of my clients come to me and they say, I'm going over here and I'm spending 125 grand talking with so and so who said they were going to help me, build out my funnel, and they were going to help me get the traffic I needed to sell the product, and they did nothing, and now they're in the hole, 300 grand. And now they're coming to me and they're saying, can you help me pick up the pieces here? So don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by someone who's just charging a stupid amount of money who's not going to get you a product. And fact check all of these people. Ask for references, ask for reviews. Like, that's totally okay. It's so okay to vet whoever you're going to spend money talking to.
Yeah, and I hear that all the time as well. People who come and they're like, I've spent so much money and I've been working on my book for like 3 or 4 or 10 years, and
Mm-hmm.
they're like, and never got done, and like they screwed this up and they didn't do this, and I don't like, the cover sucks, and and then we come in, we're like, okay, well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna fix all this, and we, in just a few months, we turn it all around, fix it all.
Mm-hmm.
And
Uh-oh. Oh no. Okay. Bless you.
excuse me.
Oh no.
that was a big sneeze. Whew. Okay, so we turn that all around and get them out there, and we get their book launched, and they become a #1 international best-selling author, and they have book funnels and all this stuff, and it's like, it's like all these companies, they had the potential to do what we did.
Mm-hmm.
They just chose not to deliver, whether they just had crappy systems in place, people who didn't care, whatever it is. Maybe they were just in it, for the money, and like care about getting the result.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows, right? They all had the potential and opportunity to do that. Maybe they just didn't have the skills. They didn't take the time to learn how to have the skills for it, right? So there's all these factors that could play into it, but any business owner can step up and say, I'm going to provide this type of a business and this type of service, and this is going to be how I present myself to the world. That that type of credibility, you can't buy it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, it's going to be the thing that grows your business without having to spend as much on advertising.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to build the reputation that you want for your business and for yourself.
Exactly. Yep.
Remember to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get notified when each new episode is released. To download the digital episode companions, watch unedited and behind-the-scenes content from this and all our other episodes, get access to exclusive trainings from us and our guests, get direct access to myself and Rory, and to schedule your business critique with us, head on over to bppodcast.com/VIP. The link is also in the description. We'll see you there.